If you're an appointment setter or an SDR and your show up rate for appointments isn't where you want it to be, or even worse, your commissions aren't where you want them to be, then this video is for you. So who am I? Why do I have any authority to speak on this topic? I'm Nate Morsey. In less than 10 months, I took home over 227,000 in straight commission. So that's 1099 straight to my bank account. When I did solely closing, that was 46,000 in less than 30 days. And when I did just setting at a 3 to 5% base, I did over $11,000. So if you're looking to bring in more cash, double your numbers, even if you're already doing good, then this video is for you. So to keep it super simple, how to set appointments that show up and close. Step one is literally this, like no fucking around, is the concept of intent. So you hear this a lot of times. If you set a wishy-washy dude on the calendar, he doesn't show up, or he does show, oh, I'm just here for more information. Closer gets pissed, it goes back up on you. And it's this concept of intent, their willingness to buy. Are they a buyer or not? Are they in pocket or not? And for the most part, you can't control the person who shows up to the call, right? It's not your role. It's marketing. It's people on the front end, all that stuff. But how can people like us increase this, concept of intent to increase the likelihood they show up to the call and increase the likelihood that they actually buy? And I wanted to touch on this. So typically an appointment setting framework goes something like this. It's intro, your frame, it's your current situation, it's goals, it's pitch, and then book. That's usually how it works. Maybe you change it up, you do goals first, whatever it is. Here is the issue, is how many times have you been on a set call? I'm gonna make myself a little bigger here. How many times have you been on a set call, right? You do your intro, you do your frame, and you just ask, I guess, what ideal outcome are you looking for when it comes to XYZ? Just see if we can help. And they say, oh, I just want to make more money. Cool. How much money how much more money are you looking to generate? Shit question, shit answer. Oh, sky's the limit, 50 grand. And you continuously get these terrible answers throughout the rest of your call. And you're like, 2 p.m. sound good? 2 p.m. sounds great. I'm not going to be here. And then you never hear from this person again. This is how you solve that issue. So when you do your intro, your frame, and you get into current situation, it is extremely important to find the real issue. What is their problem in their current situation? Or maybe it's even with their goals that has prevented them from getting the outcomes they're looking for, right? So if we just take a normal situation for a prospect, let's say they are in college now, have a 9 to 5, they do college at night. I don't know how that shit works, where they had dropped out. So they're in college now, they have a 9 to 5 and want to start whatever your thing is. Now, most people will just take it verbatim. They'll be like, oh, they're in college now, they work a 9 to 5 and they want more money. Okay, that makes sense. The problem is we don't understand the reason behind why they want to go to the next level, or the issue that's preventing them from getting the outcome they're looking for currently, right? So if I see a prospect like this, I want you to think, like, what question would you ask to really gauge, this person on the buyer spectrum, so to speak? And the main question I'm thinking of right now is, okay, so you're in college right now to get into cybersecurity, and you're also working a 9 to 5 at an accounting firm. I mean, why not just, I guess, double down, maybe wait until you graduate school, you get that high paying tech job versus, looking to start a business? And questions like that are burning bridges. And the reason why this is important is it's not necessarily just for us to hear. Yes, that matters, but more importantly, they're explaining to us and saying out loud the reason why they can't get the outcome they're looking for based on their current strategy. And once you get that, that is huge. That is everything, because that's the real problem. So a potential answer when it comes to something like this, well, I mean, yeah, I'm going to graduate in a year, but I mean, I just really don't want to, work in tech anymore. Okay, why is that? I don't know, dude. Just, the hours seem really long. Apparently, your income's capped. The commission structure isn't good. It's going to take me 5 years to even get a raise. All these things are them literally telling us and them hearing themselves out loud, verbalizing the fact that their current trajectory, their current path is not going to get them the outcome they're looking for. And then from there, since you know that, it's going to make your questions that you go down your sequence land way more effectively. Okay, freedom's important to this person, right? They want to be in control of the schedule, whatever it is. You're finding these things, And then when it comes to goals, is attach the feeling, the thing behind the thing. If they say more money, it's more money for what? Like more money means different things to different people, right? Because like you're a sharp guy, and at the end of the day, it's ones and zeros in the bank account. It feels good for a day. So I guess what is, more money really gonna do for you? And then you can get something there. Oh, it's gonna, allow me to travel. It's gonna allow me to spend more time with my spouse, my husband, my family, XYZ. That's a powerful driver. And then when you get into goals, your questions are more sharp. And the reason I use this framework is when you ask real questions, you can find real problems and you can get real solutions. So if you ask the goal-oriented question, essentially how much they want to make, you'd be like, okay, Nate, and just to make sure I'm on the same page as you, how much do you feel like you need to bring in with something like this that would allow you to feel that sense of freedom so you can travel and visit family whenever you want? I probably have to make $15K a month versus, sky's the limit. I'd make how much do you make? What's possible? All this shit. It's not a pointy question. It's way too broad, but you need to narrow it down. And then from there, that driver, the time freedom, the ability to show up in the way I want to as a son, a husband, a daughter, a wife, whatever it is, that is your anchor when you're asking your questions. When you pitch, when you book the call, that's how you summarize it. Yeah, and they'll walk you through that strategy that'll allow you to get to, 20K in the next 50 days doing X, Y, Z so you can show up in the way you want to as a husband. Does that sound fair? Cool. Stuff like that. You're way more pointy and you're going to get a lot more of the answers you're looking for versus the surface level stuff. And everything right here is simple and as bare bones as it sounds. If you implement this, and you will get better as time goes by, it's going to make people show up more because they realize the bridges are burnt. What I'm doing right now will not get me the time freedom, the location freedom, the income stream I'm looking for. Time to make potential changes then, huh? Yeah. Lovely. We move down the line and it's in their self-interest. That's the important thing. And another, last nugget, so to speak, is if you're doing pre-call stuff, right? Like if you're on a good offer, they're going to have a pre-call video, meaning the prospect watches, a long video that kind of breaks down, answers some questions for the prospects, so then when they jump on the closer, they have the context they need to dig deep, is stop framing the pre-call video as homework. No one wants to do homework. Who in their right mind likes homework, dude? Fucking no one. Stop framing it that way. Frame it in their best interest. So I know earlier in the call, Nate, you were mentioning how, you had some questions, you want to get a little bit of clarity there. What I'm going to do, I usually don't do this a ton, but I'll send you a video that kind of breaks down, what it is we do, how we do it. It gives you a really good tip of the iceberg. So in that way, when you get on your call with Nate tomorrow, you have the information and context you need, right? And then also he's not speaking Chinese when he goes into the weeds. So is that something you can actually see yourself making the time to watch? Or it is? Lovely. Cool. Framed in their best interest. That's how it should be. And as always, if you're looking for help when it comes to implementation, the community, I shut it down. I just need to, I think the best way for me to really squeeze the highest level of growth out of, a setter or a setting team is just to work with them one-on-one. Yeah, it takes more time for me, but it delivers better results. So as always, stay focused, stay sharp. I'll see you in the next one.